Time to snap out of it, Sagittarius. You've been sitting on some sort of pain and emotional trauma, hurt, feelings for way too long. It's time to let it go, and it's time to really snap out of it. That's these three cards here. The way that you're going about kind of leaving all of this gross negativity behind, trauma, hurt, pain, is you're trying to give yourself a jolt to the system. So Page of Cups, Page of Wands, that's a jolt to the system with actually all three of those cards, is trying to give yourself like a system restart by doing something either exciting, crazy, or just something that's gonna get your blood pumping to get out of the funk you've been on. Let's pull Oracle cards, see if we get any more information. Sagittarius. So with the Skull and Crossbones and the, this is the arrow reversed here. It's like we're trying to do anything different from the norm. We just got to change up our routine in whatever way possible, because that's the way that we're going to get out of our funk. So we have the arrow on target, and the moon here is like the habits that we're used to. We're stuck in like a habitual pattern. So in order to break that pattern, we got to use the number 5, which is 5 is literally a number for shaking. And then with the king here, yeah, it's just because you need to do something for yourself. The king is doing things to better yourself. It is like getting on top of your game, and you're doing that by kind of shaking yourself awake and doing something different than the norm. Anything at all that's different from your normal routine. Let's pull Oracle cards. Let's pull advice and see if there is anything else to be learned about. Advice for Sagittarius. All right, so I feel like you guys are having a hard time figuring out what to do. We have the Magician and the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is like memory, so you're just mulling over like, well, how do I do this? How do I go about doing something new? The Moon and the Four of Cups, I only know these things that I always do, right? But that's just a lack of creativity. If you really think about it, you have the ability to, the Magician is like, you can think of something. So we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Lovers here. This is kind of suggesting, find a hobby. The Lovers is like something that you really make a contract with. Like, let's say take a class, right? You would make a contract with the class because you're paying for probably like a couple months worth of classes. That's usually how those things work. So then you would, Eight of Pentacles is like work on something with your hands, get a hobby, do something that you're committed to, and you can't really escape it because you already made the commitment, the Lovers. And then in that way, you're kind of forced to do something different that you normally do. On the bottom, we have the Knight of Cups, and underneath that, the Five of Pentacles. That is like a depressive energy. And just like maybe like an aimlessness too. I'm feeling a little bit of an aimlessness, a lack of direction, and then also like mulling over these feelings of purposelessness, I think, also. Let's go ahead and pull. Something else for Sagittarius. Okay, the Mask. This is talking about doing something with your hands. The mask is kind of like a physical object, at least in this deck, that's what it stands for. So again, this is like, there's things out there in the world, physical activities that could be like hobby-like activities, hobby-related, that you never tried before because we have the Torch reversed, that you would really like to do because we have the Heart. It is just a matter of kind of like committing to something and trying it out, and eventually you will find this thing that you're gonna really love to do. It's gonna be like just something you can commit to and enjoy. Yeah, on the bottom we have the Cat reversed in the book. The problem is that you're a little wary of trying something new or even learning something new. That's part of the problem. But if you were to give something a chance and learn something new, it's the cards are saying you're gonna find something you really love to do. All right, Sagittarius, that's gonna be a reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. If this resonated for you and you wanna come back and see more videos, go ahead and follow